Hello and welcome to this video about extinction. Extinction means a complete eradication of a species from the planet, and unfortunately there are a number of ways in which species can become extinct, and there are a number of species that do become extinct every year, and there's a few species that we keep a really close eye on. There's species that we have to put into breeding programs to try and prevent their extinction from the planet, because there are so many ways in which extinction can come about. So let's concentrate on each of them in turn. First of all, there's new predators. That's quite self-explanatory. If an animal or a species is existing perfectly nicely in a population, sometimes a new predator can come along and completely eradicate that species. And the new predator might be what we call an alien species that comes in. Some species are transported to places where they shouldn't be, on boats and things like that, and it means that when they arrive at their new destination they completely change the food web and they can completely eradicate an entire species and cause extinctions. Another way extinction can come about is what we call through the cyclic nature of speciation, and all that means is as animals are evolving into new species, then sometimes existing species can become extinct as they evolve into a new species. For example, when we talked about elephants in a previous video, we started off with a certain species of elephant, and then due to speciation we ended up with a short-haired variety and a long-haired variety, leaving this existing species now extinct as it diversified into two different species there. Another way that extinctions can come about is a single catastrophic event. So it could be, depending on the species and how mobile it is, it could be something as simple as a fire. A massive forest fire, for example, wiping out a species. Of course, one idea about the dinosaurs, something like a meteor or an asteroid hitting the Earth, causing a complete rapid change in conditions. A single catastrophic event could cause the extinction of one or several species. Similarly to the fact that new predators can come in, as well as new predators, also new, more successful competitors can cause extinctions. So, for example, in this country we've got the red and the grey squirrel. There are a number of different ideas as to why the red squirrel numbers went down so much, but it was suggested that the grey squirrels were better competitors than the grey squirrels. There's other examples about diseases and things like that, but one suggestion was that they were better competitors, they were better at finding and choosing their food resources, so they started to outcompete and take over the red squirrels, which in some places caused local extinction of the red squirrel population. So if you get something that's a better competitor, it might be better at finding food or shelter, and then that's going to affect the food web and perhaps cause one of the species that used to be in that food web to become extinct, or perhaps locally extinct within an area. New diseases then can cause extinctions. As researchers, you've got to be really careful, especially if you're working with a population that has only very small numbers left on the planet, that you don't as a human go and introduce them to a new disease which could cause them to be completely eradicated, which is why if you have any forms like flu or virus or cold, you shouldn't really be working with these very precious animals. But also if they've moved to a different area, or if a new individual comes into the group or whatever it is, there are diseases that can arise, and this can cause extinctions of in a local area, or indeed if that's the last population left, it can cause complete extinction from the planet. Finally, which is quite apt for today, is the idea that extinction can be caused by changes to the environment over geological time. And specifically for us, the main problem that we're going to think about is global warming. Now, you might not think that a rise in global temperature of 1 or 2 degrees is going to have a particularly big effect, but it absolutely can do, especially with animals that are living right on the edge of their ranges, right on their tolerances of temperature. Any slight increase in global temperatures could cause the extinction of those animals from that area, or indeed, if they're the last population of those animals, the extinction from the planet in total. So global warming is a massive threat to extinction of animals. It's causing loads of movement of animals to different areas to cope with the changing temperatures, but also it can also cause extinctions of animals from particular areas, or indeed globally as well. So a big list of things that can cause extinctions. May be worth putting all of those on a post-it note and putting them up in the room somewhere so you can remember some of them. If you found that video useful, then please press the like button below and feel free to subscribe.